DESIblitz.com.
Saturday morning in Southall Broadway, under a Tupperware sky. Saris and saucepans and scented candles, hoovers and holdalls with dented handles, bangles and bhangra and more. What else are Saturdays for? What else are Saturdays for? Home free.
I'm Lauren.
And I'm Jamie.
And we're from the cast of Bend It Like Beckham, the musical.
And you're watching us on DESIblitz.com.
Hi, I'm Priya Kalidas.
I'm Jamal Andreas.
And you are watching DESIblitz.com,
Yeah.
innit?
Sure. Peace.
Well, I never wanted to make a sequel of the film, and I had gone to see a musical here called Billy Elliot, which is fantastic, and also I had 2 young children at that time, and I didn't really want to leave London. I wanted to stay in London, so we thought, let's explore the idea of a musical. But once we started exploring, I never imagined that we would end up with something quite, as wonderful as the show that I now see in front of me. And that show is really the culmination of a fantastic group effort of a lot of people, who sort of embraced the film, loved the film, and worked with me to create it a live musical theatre experience.
Gurinder is a phenomenal woman who is a real inspiration, actually, and one of the very few British Asian women who actually have given us a voice. And she's been fantastic on this production. It's her baby. So obviously, having done the film and working with her on that, which, at the time I remember reading the script thinking, God, what a great story. But no one realised how fantastic and how successful it was going to become. So for them to be part of the musical, I sort of feel like I've been on this Beckham journey for quite a few years now. And
it was scary to audition. I hadn't done a musical before, so I didn't have that much experience in the singing bit. But everybody in the room obviously had a lot of love for the film, and so I think there was a real sense of encouragement. It's an amazing part because the journey she goes through in 3 hours is epic.
Obviously, football is everything to the part of Jules. So when I first see Jess playing football in the park and I realise that she should be part of our team, for me, kind of it becomes about Jess and getting her involved in the team, and then all the dramas that go with having Jess on the team, because she's quite full of drama. And then of course by the end of it, Jess and Jules getting picked to play in America, which is the dream of both of ours, and then flying off to America to play professionally.
I'm the football coach. It's taken me some time for me to find my feet and find out who he really is, I suppose. He has to go on quite a quick journey, particularly throughout Act 1. And so, we need to see him leading the girls and making ultimately what could be quite a dangerous decision in terms of falling for somebody. I think he's been hurt in the past. I think he's got demons, and he's a bit troubled.
I've loved working with Howard Goodall and Charles Hart on the music. I think the music is amazing, and some of the songs I just think are outstanding. And I've also loved working on the choreography with Alita Collins. And I think that some of the dances, again, are, they go from very Western styles to very Punjabi styles, and, and in between. So I think that's true of the music too. It's true of everything. We go from different cultural sides back and forth all the time. And I think that's what makes it such a great theatre experience.
There's something really magical about theatre, just because it's live. You have an audience, and being able to perform every night to an audience is very special. And I think it takes a really good actor to be able to do that. So it really hones your craft as an actor.
It's very colourful. It's very energetic. It's very London. I think there's a preconceived notion of it being a Bollywood musical. There are elements of Bollywood which are great, but it's so much more than that. There's lots of threads throughout the story that really surface in the second half. I think people are going to go on a emotional roller coaster watching this. You laugh, you cry, you dance.
I just think it's nice that everyone can come and watch it and learn something new about a different culture.
I think the highlight really is just the music. I've never heard anything like it. I've certainly never sung anything like it. And I think that's the thing that's really exciting.
Yeah, there's a lot of In It. If it wasn't called Bend It Like Beckham, it'd be called In It, the musical.
Starring Picky and Tony.
But that's one thing that I think is really good about the story is the side characters, the side principals, could actually go off and have their own journey as well, their own production, because Gurinder's written such multifaceted parts. I think it gives a specific demographic a voice, which I don't take lightly. And it's nice to play the best mate of someone, because then you can kind of perform vicariously through somebody else.
Wishing this world wasn't mine. Dreaming of somewhere where being other doesn't incur the wrath of your mother. Somewhere where people.
I think there have been many challenges. I think that, obviously when you make a film, you're working on a small scene, one scene at a time. In theatre, it's like you're working on the whole thing all the time, so your brain, seems to be, having to sort of think of too many things all at the same time, Whereas when I'm shooting a film, I can compartmentalise these things. So I think that's been quite hard. But having said that, it's also been an incredibly creative experience, really, really enjoyable. And I think it's only because I want everything to be perfect that I've kind of really, immersed myself in it all so much.
She's very detailed, particularly about the authenticity of the piece and making sure that elements that really worked in the film that were really resonated and kind of worked through for the stage, which if for instance it was handed over to somebody else to do, we might have missed those key things.
It's a very authentic film and it's a very authentic show, and we've worked hard to make sure that it reflects exactly that experience of an 18-year-old girl from Southall, in every aspect.